Welcome, welcome. This is so exciting. I'm Carol Ray. Today is June the 5th in 2022, and this is Ancient Secrets Global Miracle Call. We're so glad that you're here with us today, and we hope that this will be something that will bring love and peace and joy to you and to those around you. We have a special welcome today from Pandora. Please, let's welcome Pandora to the family.
Good morning, everyone. Clint and everyone was wowed by the cuteness of Pandora here. This little kitten was posted on Facebook as being found underneath someone's the hood of their car, and what can I say? I'm just her cuteness stole my heart too. So now she's a part of the family, both mine and our global community here. So just want to say hello.
Thank you so much. She's adorable. Bye, Pandora. We love you. We're with you. Thanks, Jonathan.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say that made me so happy, Jonathan. You're living a Titi Devo Baba. And what better way to start the call than with that immense amount of cuteness.
She's so engaged too. I just love it. So
I think she
cute.
sees herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone. I love you and I'm with you.
Love you and I'm with you. So welcome. Buenos dias. Ohayo gozaimasu. Magandang umaga. Whatever evening, morning, your moment, we're so glad that you're able to join us today. And we have some really special guests. I'm excited about it. We also want to talk a little bit about this week. It was a banner week celebrating the 2nd anniversary of the publication of The Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer, written by our beloved Dr. Clint G. Rogers. And Dr. Clint, can you show us that book?
Woohoo! Yeah, I want to thank everyone who was on the organizing committee, who presented, who we got to highlight your skills, your talents, whether it was art or music or dance or anything, and just the amount of love that went into that event and just blew it. I don't know if blue is the right word. I was going to say blew my mind, but it was more a heart expansion. It expanded my heart. That whole experience was done so well and so beautifully. I'm so much looking forward to watching the recordings again and again. Highly encourage you to as well. And also, it's like so perfect that those days are launching us into the Miracle Experiment Experience, which actually begins June 6th in English, and then it begins the week after in Spanish and Italian. So we'll be talking more about that. But if you want access to the recordings from the Ancient Secrets Unstoppable celebration, which are priceless, according to me, so valuable and so powerful, then you can get that by registering for the Miracle Experiment Experience. And we'll put the links, make sure you have all those links. Maybe Cornelia, as soon as you have a moment, you can do that. So back to you, Carol.
Well, so as you can see, there's much in store for all of us. So I'd like to start out, Dr. Wessler is coming in, how fun, by doing just a couple of marmas to take us from being busy in the past or future and to be present now. So I was going to do the focus marma, Dr. Giovanni style, where you find kind of the third eye spot in the middle of your forehead. You can hold your head if you'd like. And so what we're going to do is breathe out and move our finger back and breathe in. And that's going to be 1 count. So exhale, inhale 1, exhale, inhale 2, exhale, inhale 3, exhale, inhale 4, exhale, inhale 5, exhale, inhale 6. That's called a marma, and it is a wonderful thing for people of all ages. We've seen great results with that with ADD or ADHD, for people who are scattered, not grounded, that high vata in terms of your prakruti or your dosha. It helps ground us, and this is a great place to ground and to feel loved, to feel understood. And we have a special music treat for you today. to also help bring us down into that. And it's a composition by somebody in our community. Vinod, did I say it right? How'd you say it, Dr. Clint?
Oh, I'm pretty sure you pronounce it Vinod. Am I
Vinod.
correct?
Yes, Vinod.
Vinod, thank you so much. And Vinod and I've had a great several sessions on WhatsApp where he shares his music, and I found it just absolutely delightful. He also shared that he was one of the first people to try my kitchery recipe. And can you tell us a little bit, how did you find the kitchery? I know you added some spice. How was that for you?
Yes, it was excellent. It was so beautiful. With here in India, we have what we call pongal. Pongal is also a kind of khichdi, and we have different kinds of khichdis prepared with different lentils. For example, we can also prepare with red lentil, whole moong, and then split moong. And then
Vinod, it's so hard to hear you. I don't know why, but the audio is so quiet right now. And I don't want people to miss out. Maybe you can sit closer or speak louder.
Yeah, I will sit closer. Just wait, please. Bear with me. I will sit slightly closer. Now, is it audible now? Is it
It's
audible?
much better. Yeah, much better.
Much better? Okay. Please bear with me, because it's updated to Windows 11 very recently, 3 days ago, and then this problem started.
Okay, and real quick, before you talk about all the different kinds of lentils in India, which is awesome, just so to give some context, there is some recipes in the book, but Carol, Ray, and the entire community says, we want more recipes. And so the community got together and created a cookbook, which is about to be released. For those who are part of the 1-year immersion, they have access to it. The beginner version actually was, I think I saw, I don't know, let's see if they're here. Heidi Woods and Aaron at their wedding was the first place that the cookbook was ever released and given to anyone. And so for those who want some powerful, beautiful recipes, I'm so happy that one of them, the kitchery, that Vinod created actually a video on how he made it. And so you're saying, Vinod, I want to make sure we can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better.
It is better. Okay. The first I failed, I followed Carol Ray's the method, and I soaked basmati rice, and I also soaked moong bean. And then first it's something like it's very soupy. Nothing happened. And then the second attempt, I'm succeeded in that, and it has come out so beautiful. And I have shared the picture with Carol Ray
Yeah.
the same day.
Yep.
That's
So
wonderful.
we've had a great exchange, and in that exchange, we've exchanged music. I sent him some recordings of things that I've written, and he sent things that he's recorded. And so I want to share one of those with you today that he's created. And we have a special treat, I think, for you to hear something that came out of the creation of Vinod.
Yes. You're right.
Yeah.
I consider Carol Ray as my mentor, because whatever I create, whether it's music or recipes, I used to share with her and ask her opinion first. What do you feel? How do you feel? What do you think about it? And she's stunningly honest, and she will say whatever she feels about it and whatever she thinks, and whatever the suggestion. I have to call the suggestion. In fact, I have learned the signature part of the music from Carol. Thank you, Carol. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Obi. You like the music?
Thank you, thank you. That was very nice. Linode, we're so grateful for you sharing your music with us today. I see in our gallery Roma Rishi and Tara, and I would love to hear from you and how you're doing. We've all been sending you lots of love and thoughts. So Roma Rishi, are you in the house? Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, we are in the house every Sunday for the call. We wouldn't miss it. We look forward to this call all week long. And I think we've been on every one except for maybe one Sunday that we missed because of some situation, but we're doing fine. We have to move out of our cabin on June 29th. And so then technically we'll be homeless, but we're trying to get into senior housing in Mount Shasta. However, as many of you may know, there is a long waiting list for senior housing. So it could take a year or even more to have an apartment to become available. So we have to kind of figure out how we're going to fill that time until an apartment becomes available. We've lived in that housing complex for 3 years before. And then we took people to India for 4 years, 13 different pilgrimages. And then when we came back from India, we moved somewhere else. But now it looks like we're being pulled back to holy Mount Shasta, one of the 7 most sacred mountains in the world. And we're really looking forward to going back to Mount Shasta. And so now we're really trying to raise money to buy a small travel trailer that we can live in until an apartment becomes available. And we are going to be launching a GoFundMe campaign in the next 48 hours to raise money so that we can buy a small travel trailer that we can pull behind our car and be able to sleep in. And so that's what we're up to. As far as my health goes, that's an ongoing process. And I won't go into the details of it, but I'm getting stronger. I feel good. I've been giving Clint's book to nurses, and that's been very rewarding.
Are you taking pictures of those gifts and sending them along?
Yeah, I actually posted on Facebook yesterday 4 different people that we gave the book to.
Yay.
So yeah, and Tara and I both thank you for all your prayers and well wishes. So many people have been extremely supportive and kind to us. And thank you, Clint, for all that you did. when you started that fundraising campaign.
People gave us
I
gifts.
think it was when I was in the hospital that you started that. So we love you, Clint. We love everyone. We love Jana, Carol, Cornelia, all the people who participate in this wonderful global community that is our true home. We feel this is our true home, this loving community. And I told someone about it yesterday. I told them I was going to give them a copy of the book. They're coming over later today. He wants to learn how to do Zoom so he can join these calls every Sunday. So it's growing, it's flowing, it's definitely contagious healing
Oh.
spreading around the world.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
awesome. You
Yeah.
look great. You both look great, actually. And,
Thank you.
And what an adventure you're about to have, a miracle in the making. Your launching out reminds me of my just having a one-way, ticket to Lumbini. And I'm so excited for all the miracles that are gonna follow for you. I just fully believe you're being guided and led, and that things will become obvious which direction you should go.
Yep.
I'm very excited
Yes.
for you.
Yes, yesterday, a man who's actually a doctor in Singapore contacted us. He happens to be a disciple of the same guru who gave me my name, Romarishi Siddhanath. And he offered that we could live on his farm in India, free. And it's near Coimbatore. It's in between Coimbatore and Palachi. And he was so loving and so kind and just so generous. And he really wants to help us. And he also said he has cured serious cases of prostate cancer. Now, I don't have prostate cancer. I just have an enlarged prostate. But he said he's cured serious advanced cases of prostate cancer. And he said, what I have is no big deal. And he knows it can be solved. And he made several recommendations. He actually runs a clinic in Singapore. And so that's just one example of the miracles that are happening. And then this morning, a woman emailed me and said, we can live in her second house in Truckee, California for 4 weeks. So that is another wonderful thing that's happening.
So beautiful. Well, I don't know if you're going to be in Mount Shasta on June. I can't remember which day I'm speaking at an event in Mount Shasta with Lee Carroll and Monica Mariani, but I think it's June 24th.
We
Something
can
like
be
that.
there.
But anyway, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So then in addition, I'm
Have so many
planning on
friends
doing a mini.
there.
I'm planning on doing a mini clinic, and I want to take your pulse, and I want to give us your full 1000% support on how all the ancient secrets can help you with everything as well. We can
Awesome.
create a
Clint.
Wow.
circle of infinite love there as well.
That is fantastic news. Thank you. Thank you. We will see you there.
Okay, good. Fantastic. And I want to say, Jerem says your presentation on Thursday was so wonderful. He says, we'd love you to have the full 3-hour presentation sometime. It could be maybe that could be a fundraiser, he says. Also, Renara is excited about the fundraiser. So as soon as you have whatever is that GoFundMe, maybe we can do something around that, but that's really, really good ideas. I also love seeing how many people you're new to this call for the first time. I love seeing the Sharon Hinckley welcome from La Jolla, California. She says beautiful music to turn into. I love seeing Belle acknowledging the beautiful cat, John's cat, Pandora at the beginning. I don't want to say Morgene or Morgene probably from Washington State. Says she's listening to this call as she's finishing up making Dr. Ram soup in the kitchen. Grateful to be here. Morgene, can you unmute yourself? I don't know did I pronounce your name right? I don't know if you're even in a position to as you're cooking soup. Maybe it's a little dangerous, but And then I see Featherwind Wisdom. Greetings from Stowe, Massachusetts. So good to have you here, Featherwind Wisdom. If everyone, you could just put in the chat, we have a special guest that's joining us right now. Just put in the chat where you're joining from, because I want him to see the breadth and width of where everyone's from. We got Jerem from Tigard, Oregon. We got Andrea from New York. We got Bill from Ashland, Luke from Olympia, Washington, Bridget from Corning, New York, Robin Lee from Olympia, Washington, Mina from Turlock, California, Susan Engman from Seattle, Washington, Chris from San Diego, California, Jane from Cleveland, USA, Tennessee, USA, Leonore from Western Massachusetts, Joseph at Shoreline, Washington today, Heidi, Dallas, Texas, Mary Pat, St. Louis, Missouri, Sissy, she says the presentation, oh, speaking of you, Romarishi, the presentation was life-changing. Love to have the full 3 hours. Bobby DeLamar from Davis, California. Welcome, Bobby. So good to have you here. Mary from Santa Barbara. Awesome. Julia, Orem, Utah. Jimbo, so good to have you here. Jimbo, our poster child for awesome service. Oh, Morgine, you're there. Fantastic. Did I pronounce your name correct? I just want to make sure I said it correct. Say one more time.
Like I have listing Morgine.
Morgine? Morgine. Morgine, good. I wish I was there to taste some of the soup with you, but I'm excited that you're starting it.
And doing it, I'm just adding some sweet potatoes this morning.
Oh, good. Fantastic. Well, so good. Adding sweet potatoes is a great idea. For those who haven't, we actually have a little packet called Becoming a Master of Hmong Soup, where it gives tips and tricks from different people. And adding sweet potatoes is one of the tricks, one of the tips that some people have included. I want to welcome you, Morgine. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Let's go now. I want to go now to our guest. So, Nehemiah, if you can unmute yourself. There's so many things that happened for the Ancient Secrets Unstoppable celebration that were just awesome. Whether it was the spotlighting of members of our community, so much talent. I didn't even know. I knew there was people that were talented here, but that was truly spectacular. Seeing the different talents that people have, and then the sharing of inspirational stories, all the different translators that are working on the book in so many languages. One of the heart-touching ones was Renara, who is one of the team members translating the book into Russian and talking about Aditi Devabawa. We just trust that things are published when they're meant to be published. And what better time than in this next month for the book to be released in Russian? You know, the original book was published 2 years ago, right when COVID hit. You can't plan it. You know, I didn't plan it like that for sure. But it seems like when healing is needed, the means come into the planet through the forces of love and contagious healing for that to happen. And Renara, you touched my heart so much when you shared that. On today's call, we have the translators who have worked to translate the book into Portuguese. And I'm excited to hear their story, their very powerful story. But before that, one of the other powerful stories in the book is about Dr. Ram helping the 9/11 firefighters and first responders through an organization called Serving Those Who Serve. And Jerem, I don't know, Jerem, if you'd like to introduce our special guest on today's call, but he tracked down Nehemiah and was such a delight to have him come and share on the call. So Jerem, I'll hand it over to you and you can introduce Nehemiah.
Sure. Well, I had the wonderful opportunity to speak to Nehemiah a few times before this past week's presentation. And he's just an amazing being, doing service work since the mid-'80s on various kinds of levels. He's also a wonderful practitioner of Reiki. He just has a presence that's healing. If you sit there with him for a few minutes, you automatically feel better. So I've had the privilege of being on some nice extended calls with Nehemiah, and it's a real honor to have him here today. So welcome again, dear brother Nehemiah.
תודה רבה. No, how do you say it in India? I forgot. Anyway, תודה רבה. Thank you.
Oh, Dhanyavad, Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavad. How did I forget that? A senior moment. Okay. Wow. I don't know even where to start, and I don't have a plan, which is good. I know certain things I want to share. So the first thing I want to acknowledge Rama Rishi that spoke with me, I don't pronounce his name right, spoke before me, because in order to convince my brother that I'm safe, I have to find somebody who is more wild, putting his trust in the universe than me, and you are that one. Because my brother in Israel is worried for me for being so focusing on service to being almost careless about, but I'm caring now a little bit about making living because I don't want to go with Adams and ask for money. Anyway, so going straight to my presentation. I want to introduce to you, especially for the people who live in the tri-state, because then you can come, and to other people that might fly to New York. Can you hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, sorry about that. You can keep going. The recording just had a little.
Ah, okay, it's just a recording, not the voice. Okay, okay, no, as I say in Spanish, no problema. Okay, so, o en Bahia in Hebrew. So it's going like that. Those of you who can fly and find it valuable what I'm sharing can become a healer on another level. I believe that all the people that present here are already healers because we all have it. Jerem mentioned the energy around me. We all have this energy. The question is how much we open it. And Reiki is an ancient way to open it, which I've used, as you can hear from my story. And it's second best to being a channel for a realized master, which is good enough. If you become also a channel for realized master, which I chose to be also, then you have that. You have like, but basically, we are not communicating each other with the words as much as we think, even with the vision as much as we think, which are important. The voice, the hands, all of it is energy. So we all have it. So I want to give you opportunity to expand it. So I'll tell you my experience with Reiki. I was living in an ashram in the Catskill, and I was going on the bicycle every day from one place to another, and I had to go through a hill with the bicycle. So of course I needed strength to get up quickly, you know, when you go uphill. So my way of doing it was to identify with Hanuman. And maybe many of you are familiar with Indian tradition. Hanuman, son of the wind. The monkey dog was so powerful. So I would go down the hill and chant, Hanuman, son of the hill, son of the wind. And I would be so powerful. But I forgot to be as grounded as Hanuman was. And I didn't tie with a clip my pants well enough so the pants could have got into the chain. So when this Hanuman walked up in the middle of the road, there were a bunch of worried doctors and friends looking to me, and fortunately no car ran over me. They took me to hospital and found something I didn't define well. I have to change. It wasn't a fracture, it was a break. When the collarbone is completely separate in 4 places. That's what they call not complex fracture, which I made by English mistake, but complex break. 4, like 2 big bone pieces and 2 small ones. That's what they found on the X-ray. I came back to the center and lie down. And a friend of mine who is Reiki was one of the first Reiki master to come to New York, to America at all from Europe. She asked, I can help you. So this was an offer I couldn't refuse to. So I said, fine. So she put her hands, where they do, people who know Reiki, on different spots. And then she put it on my shoulder. As she put her hand on my shoulder, on my left shoulder, my awareness shifted in, and I saw the inside of my shoulders. And I saw 4 pieces of white light merging together into one. So what I didn't share, and I should share in the next time I write it, there was an X-ray done pretty much fast after that, and there was not much difference. The bone didn't heal straight away. But 4 weeks later, there was one bone. So basically, the Reiki created the energy pattern, which the bones followed and came together into one. What happened after that was, when all this is over, being calm. Human being, I need to go to the bathroom. So I decided to keep this state. I was very inside, and I was able to meditate with open eyes. I look into the mirror, and in the mirror, my face was changing from one face to another, from one face to another. And I was told from inside, these are different people that you have been in different lifetimes. Wow, I never had experience of past lifetime before that. This was completely new. Wow. That probably opened to me to have more experience of past lifetime, probably more than most people. Not like Yogananda or other people, but more than most unrealized people, because I did it for my healing. So I don't know what was done to me. I also won't know what I've done to others. So I can't judge people so much, if you know what I mean. So if I have a few more minutes, I say what happened afterwards was that I brought this Reiki healer to New York and whatever. The rest is history. I became a Reikiist too, and I give Reiki as part of my practice. I send Reiki to my, in Israel, my family didn't believe in it. My brother, forget about it, he's an engineer. But the kids told him, Nehemiah might help. So I sent Reiki, and the son was lying, his name is Zohar, beautiful name, was lying he had a tumor in the back. He was lying in the hand of his mother, so he would be patient. And I sent Reiki long distance. In about a month, the tumor disappeared. It could be something else he did, but Reiki was there. And that have been like that through my life now. So many people, so much. And so what is your opportunity? I'll send an email, I'll find a way so everybody can receive it, even people who can't come. I think just the experience, like many of you won't come to the bottom line, to the workshop that will be a week from now from 2 to 5 in a beautiful synagogue called Upliftment, or Memu, where I am a member. But give me a time check, so I'll cut down the final point. Clint.
You have about 2 minutes left if you can, about 2 minutes.
Yeah, I should be able to conquer the world in 1 minute. Say 2 minutes to give it. I should be able to do that, to give the essence. So we have people from the 9/11 community. One of them couldn't come today. I didn't want to push him because he's done so much. They are Reiki masters before 9/11, and he was a fireman that would come to your meetings. That Dr. Nara Medicine took him from 30% lung capacity to 75, and he's now still alive and well and walking again, and not as a fireman, but walking again. And that introduced Reiki to his firehouse, which is unbelievable. And his wife is the one that introduced me actually indirectly to Dr. Naram. Yeah, she's the one that introduced me through him. So all this was happening. And let me see how I can conclude it. So he and his wife, the fireman and his wife, who've been Reiki master for more than 25 years. And another Reiki master they've been a healer for so many years, living in the east side of Central Park East, the east side of New York, are going to come together, 3 Reiki master, pure beings, pure energy, and we are going to give a workshop. The power will be multiplied, and by also the people that will come, especially if people from here come. And it costs money because it's a fundraiser for a charity, and also because you need, according to the knowledge, and they not know it, when you come to a teacher, you need to pay money because then you are doing your energy contribution. So the price will be there and everything, and I hope you can come. And I just want to finish with this. There's energy here for my hands, from every hands. There's energy here. The master gives energy through there. There's energy in my voice. But the most clear way to give energy, which is physical, which is easy for us, is through the hands. And some of you might have been abused as children. And people sometimes when you come close and come to touch, we can feel the energy. They don't want to be touched. And therefore there would be the option to be touched by physically by Reiki or just to hold the Reiki. So that would be the end of it. If anybody want to ask me a question, great. And if not, maybe just do a 1 minute of transition. Let's all of us close our eyes and just let the energy of all our masters, my masters, my father was a great healer by the name of Chirurg, surgeon, and the Reiki master, all of us come to us, and for half a minute or a minute until somebody rings the bell, or no, I'll do it. Just meditate on the energy that Mr. Smith working for us. You can slowly open your eyes and namaste, shalom. Gratefully, I missed the first presenter because I have to be loyal to, not to my synagogue this time, but to my church. So I have to go to the service there. But next time I'll try to come for the entire meal, not for.
Oh, beautiful. Well, so grateful that you came, Nehemiah. In fact, it's so interesting that you came and shared it from your heart about this healing modality. Actually, it was the week after the book was launched that I got a message from someone in California, originally from New Zealand, who talked about how, she read the book and she wanted to know if there was anyone nearby that could do a pulse consultation for her or for her family, for her mother. And then she told me she did something called Reiki. Now I've heard of it before, but I didn't really pay too much attention because, even the book, the whole framing of it, I'm a Western skeptic as a university researcher. Hard for me to make sense of some of those things, that that's like energy from hands or whatever, but she actually gave me a session. Actually, this was 2 years ago, a week after, and I had such a fantastic experience. And it was amazing that it could be done at a distance,
Yes.
and I really found that profound. And then actually about a year later, or I can't remember the exact timing, but then we started dating. And so now she's my girlfriend. So now I'm very much connected with this powerful healing modality as well.
Her hands are a real power, huh?
Yeah, very powerful.
Wow. So I'll just respond and say that's beautiful. Thank you for this sharing. And I can't know if I can commit the time, but if I can, we can find an arrangement and maybe your book should be also published in Hebrew.
Oh, that would be so beautiful. That would be very, very big impact. There was one person that started and they finished the first chapter and then weren't able to complete after that, but it would make I think it would be a really beautiful contribution to humanity.
Okay, so if it comes to it, if I can find the time and we find what is right, because my financial situation, whatever, we'll talk about it and
Beautiful.
see.
Let's talk soon, Nehemiah. Thank you so much for joining us. Jerem, thank you so much for finding.
He was hunting me, and he was like they say, the guru is like a crocodile. He has a teeth inward. Once he got his teeth into me, you can't get out. He was persistent, more than me, and I'm persistent.
Right before you leave, because I just want to tie this back to Ancient Secrets and Dr. Naram as well. For someone who's never met Dr. Naram, most of the, I'd say a majority of people on this call never had the blessing of meeting Dr. Naram in person. They've met him through the book and through this community and through the Ancient Secrets, but how would you describe who is Dr. Ram to someone that never met him?
How do I describe?
Yeah.
There are so many titles. One of them would be a ball of energy.
A ball of energy.
Wow, but a good energy, a ball of energy. He could be with you in total focus. The next second is with like a guru in a way. He would be with someone else with total focus, and he will be and he would walk for hours. He won't remember that he need to eat. They had to really come and push food to him, and he was so dedicated to his mission, and with this power, reached so many people. So I would call a ball of energy and a holy servant of humanity and the Lord that he knew so well. By the way, he was also a great scholar. He could debate many scholars and win them, or at least attract them to listen to him, because he learned Vedanta and all this. He didn't know only Ayurveda, he knew also the other Vedas.
I love that. A holy servant of humanity. That's really powerful. And a great scholar. A ball of energy, a holy servant of humanity, and a great scholar. That is really powerful and very accurate.
Yeah, but he wasn't as left brain as his wife. She is the one. In order to put the medicine together, he needed a wife. Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Actually, that's one reason why I love this community, is because, you know, I actually the Ancient Secrets Unstoppable celebration, it was a good model or example of how when people with different skill sets and talents get together, you know, what did they say? The sum of the whole is greater than the parts, or I can't remember exactly how that phrase goes, but you know what I mean? Like, I mean, Lawrence Katz doing his beautiful transmission of healing, and Julia Graydon, you know, talking about food and which substitutes to do. And yeah, I mean, just everything. There's so many things that came together in that space where, like you're mentioning, how when there's a really balanced partnership, you know, I'm just excited about what happens when a community brings in all of their best talents and skills and is guided by love. You know, the opening quote in the book, I didn't come to teach you, I came to love you, and love will teach you. And so when it's, that's it. Love is guiding us. You know, our hearts are guiding us. Another thing on the call that on the summit that I loved was, you know, it started off the very beginning where I brought on the little girl, Rabat, you know, who's joined from Bangladesh. Her mom, a devout Muslim, and her prayers brought her to Dr. Naram. You know, her praying to Allah is really what brought her to Dr. Naram. And then right in that same opening session, we had Rabbi Eva Robbins, you know, sharing in Hebrew, what is the definition of miracle and trial, and how a test. And it's when we meet the test is when we see the miracles unfold. And then we had Renara sharing from Russia, and we had Dr. Susan and Afsana, who translated the book into Farsi, and like all the miracles that are unfolding literally in a universal way for all of humanity. That's what love does. You know, that's how love transcends cultures and religions and barriers and boundaries and unites our hearts. I think someone on the call says, you know, we each have our own breath, but our heartbeat is one, or something like that. They said something so poetic like that. And I felt that way when you joined us, Nehemiah. So sending you so much love as you go into your other thing. Thank you for sharing with us about your powerful healing experience and about your experience with Dr. Naram as well. I'm going to get your address from Jerem, and also find some way where we can make a donation to the organization that you.
I already sent it to you.
Oh, fantastic.
And I
Beautiful.
just want to, a part, you know, I'm Jewish, I like to have the last word. You have seen it already. So I want to give you the blessing, which actually was my creation from the Kabbalah in Hebrew. The 3 words which mean really different ways of communication. Shalom, which is the name of God, the God of peace. And then leishtamea, which means let's keep on listening to each other from the place of oneness. Leishtamea. And then veleitraot, and let's keep on seeing each other from the place of oneness. Shalom. See you again. Bye-bye.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Bridget, I hope you got that down. I know those are probably hard to spell, but let's take this clip and let's remember.
There'll be another time. I'll teach it. Bye-bye.
Beautiful. Bye-bye. Lawrence Katz, I don't know if you're on the call right now. If you can, I don't know if you're even in a place you can share, but if you can put on your camera and unmute yourself, I'd love to hear from you. I want to see real quick, is Angelica, I know Profulta, I saw that you're here. And I wanted to see, have you seen Angelica? Lawrence, there you are. You got,
Hey,
good. Hey, brother. Oh, thank you so much for your contribution on the Ancient Secrets celebration, unstoppable celebration.
it was my absolute pleasure. It was so fun because one of the control mechanisms of the sound wasn't pressed. And when we did the rehearsal, we did it with the video. And instead of pressing the button again, because we thought it was pressed, it reset itself. And so the sound didn't come out correct. But the feeling was so fantastic, and it gave me excitement of, I'm going to do a YouTube video of healing the whole world with the new energies of the children that are coming in. There's so much excitement and newness. But in the meantime, here we are, and you can show everybody the room again.
Oh, yeah, there it is. So beautiful. Thank you, Lawrence. So grateful
Yeah.
for you.
I can't wait to see you on the 22nd.
Yeah, we're gonna have a big celebration. Big celebration. So
Mhm. You look great.
good. And I just want to say, Lawrence, is it okay if I share the message that you sent to me? It was so beautiful.
Sure.
Let's see if I can find it. Just basically, one thing that Lawrence does, he has a special gift given to him. And this is a DT double Baba, because he doesn't have much memory. You know, he, like our other friend, Dr. Ken Wolkoff, he remembers everything. He's an encyclopedia of everything. But Lawrence doesn't have much memory, which brings him so much in the moment, present in the moment and from his heart. And what he said about this community touched my heart so much, and that basically this is a place in which like heaven meets earth. You know, this is, we have that, we're having that experience. And so to be able to enjoy that and celebrate that with people that we love is really, really so special. So thank you, Lawrence. Again, thank you so much.
My honor and my pleasure. Love you a lot.
We're learning how to be butterflies. All right, so now I want to see Profulta and Angelica. Let's see if we can find you. If Profulta, you can unmute yourself. Angelica, if you are on the call, if you can unmute yourself, and maybe under a different name. Let's see, Profulta, are you able to unmute yourself? Let's see, there should be, oh, there we go. Fantastic. Ah, there you are. Good. Now, I don't know if Angelica is on the call. Profulta, oh, you got muted again somehow. I don't know how that happened. Can you unmute yourself one more time? You just click to unmute it. Obrigado.
Namaste.
Namaste. You want to tell everyone where you're joining from?
Yes, I'm in India, Ahmedabad. I
Wow,
came 10 days ago. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. So normally Profulta is in Mozambique. And in fact, she invited me to her home, and we did a presentation where they were expecting maybe 20, 30, 40 people came, but there's like almost 200 people that came, and she stayed for like 3-4 hours. And we recorded a video for Dr. Ram. This was while Dr. Ram was still in the body, and he was so happy to see in Africa, the Ancient Secrets take off with so much love. And then Profulta was one of the first people to volunteer to help translate, help proofread the book in Portuguese, which was one of the very first 2 translations completed, Italian and Portuguese. And so Profulta, I'm so glad to have you on this call. Have you heard from Angelica if she's able to join with us as well?
I tried to contact her, but I couldn't manage to talk to her. So I talked this afternoon with her. She was feeling anxious, but I said that everything will go fine. Just have faith. Faith. I think she is coming. I don't know why she is a bit late.
All right, well, while she comes, let's see, does anyone else have her contact information? Andrea for Humanity or anyone? You just reach out and make sure she has a Zoom link. In the meantime, Prafulta, if you can share with us, what inspired you to want to be involved in the translation, and what kind of miracles have happened in your life or beautiful things have happened in your life as a result of serving it with love in this way?
Yes, thank you. You know that I meet Dr. Naram in Pankaj Naram in Mumbai because
We got some dance music.
because I
Okay, please keep going. So you met Dr. Naram in Mumbai, and I was there at the time, I remember.
yes, and yeah, I met with you also, and he helped me very much because I have the problem of high blood sugar, and he gave me some Ayurvedic supplements and marmas, and I was feeling very much better than before doing this marmas and using the Ayurvedic supplement as well as the home remedies. And he was very kind to us, so I was very, yeah, emotional to meet him. He was very friendly. Yeah, I went with my husband. He also helped my husband. So when you told me about the book, I was ready to translate into Portuguese this book immediately, because I was very much impressed, and yeah, I love Dr. Pankaj. Yeah.
It was such an honor to meet you, your husband, and also your daughter. And now the work you were doing at the time, was it for a university or for the government? I remember you're doing research reports and very powerful writing and research.
Yes, with the CDC, Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Yes.
Yeah.
In
So
the HIV.
Prafulta was working for the CDC, the Center for Disease Control in Mozambique, and writing research papers on HIV in Africa. And it was amazing because even before the book came, I remember you were asking, how can we start a clinic here in Mozambique, and how can we get the herbs so they're more easily accessible in Africa, and such a passion behind it. And I remember it just touched my heart so much. And so it was so much fun not only to come to Africa and be with you, but then also to feel the amount of love that was put into the Portuguese translation. And I made Prafulta a promise. I said, when the Portuguese book is completed, I'll come again to Mozambique. Now, because of COVID, it wasn't possible, and so many things have happened since then. But I'm excited to come to Africa again and find a way to serve with these powerful ancient secrets. I know that one of my favorite quotes at the beginning of the book is from the ambassador from Tanzania to Japan, Australia, New Zealand, Her Excellency Dr. Batilda Salha Burian. And she makes this statement. She says, this powerful book will change so many lives around the world. The Quran and Hadith speak about our health with the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, saying, God has not sent any disease without sending a cure for it. Through the ancient secrets described in this book, so many people will find their cure. I pray more people dedicate their lives to learning and sharing this ancient science to help people throughout Africa and all over the world. So powerful. And what I love is then Prafulta joined the 100-day training course in Ancient Secrets and has continued to deepen her
Yes.
own experience and wisdom, knowing which home remedies, what Marma points, what diet recommendations. So that way, whenever I do come to Mozambique and I'm with you again, you'll be able to help support people in their healing journey in such a powerful way, Prafulta. I'm so grateful for you.
Yes, and in Mozambique, we are waiting for you this long time. Now you have to, yeah, to manage to come Mozambique, because
Yeah.
yeah, I would like also to have local training, and also to learn more about home remedies and yeah, marmas.
Very
And
powerful.
so
We should do that.
I also would love to learn about how to read the pulse.
Yeah, how
And
to
you
take the
need
pulse.
to come.
Yeah, very good. You know, thanks to Prafulta and Christina and a bunch of others, we actually created a WhatsApp chat for anyone in the Ancient Secrets community that's in Africa or has a love of Africa. And I don't know, Cornelia or Jana or Carol, someone, if you could put that, the link for those that are in Africa or have a love of Africa and want to join that WhatsApp chat. Really, Prafulta was the one behind that. And so that's so cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
And also
You
Christina,
know,
I think, was pushing for that too.
I have a good experience to share with all of you.
Please.
I have my brother in Portugal. He's my eldest brother, and he's 80 years old, 80 years old, and he's suffering from kidney problems. And the doctor there said that he will need to do dialysis, hemodialysis. I don't know how to pronounce this very well,
Yeah,
but
dialysis.
yeah. So I said that it's better to try with Ancient Secrets. I called to Dr. Dipali from Ayush Shakti, and we make an appointment with her, and we talk to her, and we describe the difficulty he has, because he couldn't eat because of this problem with the kidneys. He was very weak. He was with big depression, and she prescribed some Ayurvedic supplements, and we managed to get those, and he started with the treatment. You know, now he is feeling very well. He is feeling very, very well. He's very grateful to Ancient Secret teams, so that helped him to get better and better. So he appreciates very much the help that you and your team.
I remember when you messaged me about him and we connected you with one of the doctors in India, and it makes me so happy to hear this news. But you can't call him 80 years old anymore. You're gonna have to start calling him 80 years young. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So this
Good.
is one of big experience I have about the importance of the Ancient Secrets for our health. And you know, I learned a lot with these calls and with your book. And in my house, everybody is practicing all together the marmas, and we are having healthy diet, all of us. I have a friend of mine who is Mozambican. he's doing pictures and videos, and he gained a lot of weight. And he said, I cannot sleep. I'm feeling very uncomfortable, etc., etc. So I had a meeting with him and explained about the diet. I wrote the receipt about moon soup for him,
Yeah.
some madness.
Yeah.
How you say curry with mung, many things. So he received all these things, and now he's having a healthy diet. He's feeling very, 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 very healthy now. He's very happy and great. So,
Amazing. You're already helping so many people. You're definitely an example of contagious healing. Such a joy. You know, anytime you see anyone's pain alleviated or someone start to feel healthier, more vibrant, it feels good. Now, when it's your own brother, your family, your cousin, your mother, your sister, it's something on a different level. It means something real special. And Prafulta, I'm so like happy. I can't tell you how pleased, and I know how happy Dr. Ram would be hearing these stories as well.
and you know, I came here because I have problem with my heart, because I have a blockage, and the doctor wants to do something like a surgery to put stents. And I said, no, no, this time not, because I would like to start with ancient secrets. So I called to Dr. Pranita. She prepared Ayurvedic supplements and home diet and home remedies. And I started here with this. Let's see now. I think I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better, Dr. Clint. When I come here, I couldn't eat. I couldn't talk. I was very, very, very weak, feeling very bad. But in a few days, I'm feeling much, much better.
Well,
This
I'm
is my
so happy.
experience.
I fully anticipate that you'll be blessed. Obviously, there's all the medical disclaimers we have to share with everyone, but one of the main cases that Dr. Giovanni had shared. So this is like Dr. Giovanni with Dr. Naram. In medical school, his research to get his medical degree was about how the ancient secrets can help people with heart situations to remove heart blocks. And so if you ever want to speak with Dr. Giovanni as well, you can have all the support. We're here with you, Prafulta. And I just want everyone put your hands together and we all send her such a blast of love and healing and gratitude. Thank you, Prafulta. We love you. And we're with you. I don't know if I switch to gallery, if you can see all of it, or if I have to be the host to switch to gallery for you to see everyone, but people all over the world sending you love, Prafulta. So grateful for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good. And I got a message. It looks like Angelica, she's having trouble. She's in Japan at the moment. And she says her internet's weak right now. But I do want to share some other exciting news. The Japanese team is almost completed. Now, when I was with Jack Canfield in Costa Rica, I met a Japanese author who's published more books, sold more books in Japan than any other Japanese person ever on the planet. I think he has this title. And I don't know why. It's like, again, talk about divine connection. I just connected with him, but I just gave him the book about a week ago to read it because I was curious. I don't speak Japanese. First of all, it's so fun to see. I want to see if I can actually show you what it looks like in Japanese. If I can show you it, I think everyone you'll really enjoy. You'll really enjoy seeing this because it's fun to see it in the different languages. You know, it's fun to see what it looks like in Farsi. It's fun to see what it looks like in Gujarati. It's fun to see what it looks like in in Japanese. And so I'll just show you, right? I'm just going to share my screen real quick, just for fun. Let's see if I can share my screen. Yeah. So here's what the book looks like in Japanese. And Angelica, she's so sweet. Not only she published the book in Portuguese, but she's working on getting a lot of different media for the book in Japanese. So you can see, here's the book in Japanese and the characters. You read it, I believe you read it from top to down, right to left. You know, instead of in English, you read it the other way. And there's this is the quote. I wish, does anyone on this call speak Japanese? If you do, can you unmute yourself and read this in Japanese? I don't know if anyone is speaking Japanese on the call. Okay, we're gonna have to have someone read this in Japanese, but so beautiful. You can see all the characters in Japanese. And then here, all the different quotes in Japanese. So beautiful. And as I gave it to my friend, Ken Honda is his name, and I says, how is the translation? He said this, he says, I carefully read the book and it's so well done. I'm impressed that it's written so nicely. I feel comfortable that someone did a great job. Whoever that is, that person should be praised. Your book is in good hands. Please keep going. I can still supervise the process if you keep sending me files. Great job, Ken Honda. It's so beautiful. What good news all around on so many levels, in Russian, in Japanese, in Farsi. It's so many languages now getting launched, and pretty soon in German as well. So many things we can talk about. Speaking about languages, the Miracle Experiment experience, this time, starting on June 6th, starting this week, is really the first time that we're simultaneously having it in 3 languages, in English, in Italian, and in Spanish. And it was fun. I was talking to the Spanish team the other day, the mentors, and they're so excited. They said the Miracle Experiment this Miracle Experiment experience for them has been so life-changing, but that was in a foreign language for them. They're so excited to experience it in their own language. And I see that possibility for that happening, in the future, in Portuguese and Romanian, in Russian, in Japanese, that the Miracle Experiment experience in the future will happen simultaneously, and who knows, 15, 30, 50, 100 languages. And in that way, I think I saw Sue was on this call. Yeah, there she is. Sue, it's so good to see you here from Seattle. She's going to be one of the mentors on this upcoming call. Sue, I don't know, it's even better if you say it than if I say it, but basically she says there's life before the Miracle Experiment and there's life after, but life is never the same again. And I don't know, Sue, if you feel comfortable just sharing what change happened for you in the process as we're getting ready to launch tomorrow, starting for a lot of people. We have over 130 new people registered, but you want to just share a little bit, Sue?
Sure. Well, what I told you before, and I'll say it again, is what I realized is if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do the whole thing and I'm going to do all of it so I can really get the experience. But I thought, I'm kind of a grateful person as before. So what difference might it make? I didn't know. But then afterwards, what I felt was it caused a perspective shift that I don't think can ever unshift. It's sort of like things that happen in your life, you can't undo them. And that is, to me, the greatest blessing of the whole thing. So that is why I said there's life before it, and then there's life after it, because it will never be that you cannot see what you now see or not have the perspective that I feel I now have. And that was the great gift. And yes, I'm enjoying and looking forward to the idea of mentoring. Yes.
I'm so glad you're going to mentor. And one reason why I know that you really gave 100% is because it did shift you. One of my friends, Tony Lister, he says that in transformational work, really what transformation is we occur to ourselves differently. It's like you see yourself differently, and also you see the world differently. And one reason why it was so impactful that as you were telling me, Sue, this was because it was so obvious how the trajectory of your life had shifted, because I met you in India when you had brought your good friend for some in-depth treatments, kind of on the spur of the moment, So within like a period of only a few months after playing the Miracle Experiment, you're on this miracle quest and doing it with
That's
so much love. And so I guess we should have that disclaimer on on the Miracle Experiment, is you never know where you're going to end up a few months into your life following playing this game.
I was given the book in November. By 29th of March, I was in India.
Amazing.
Well, it was something like that. But I think whenever that fall Miracle Experiment happened, it was somewhere around there. So it was very quick. I think you need the disclaimer.
Yeah, but the speed at which things can happen is pretty astounding. Actually, I see Mojda is on this call too. Mojda, can you share your timeline? I know you haven't done the Miracle Experiment experience, but you've been living it.
Hi, how are you, Clint? Well, I've learned about the book I heard about the book for the very first time on January 16th. On January 16th, I also bought the book, read the book by January 18th, and talked to Dr. Stephen on the same day on the 18th. And then I joined the 3-year course 3 days later. And then I went to India in March. And I just came back actually on, what's today, Sunday? I came back on Wednesday.
Amazing. So amazing. So remarkable. You know, before, actually, I should rewind even a little bit before that. She was, I believe, a nurse in an emergency room setting.
In an ICU.
In the ICU nurse. Sorry about that. And basically, when she left that job from her heart, she had just had a prayer in her heart. Please guide me. Did I get that correct, Moshe?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. And then through Dr. Stephen, and then getting the book on January 18th. I can't remember the dates exactly as you said, but then in such a short time going to India, but then you didn't even just, the course was 1 week long. How long did you stay in India?
2.5 months.
You stayed there 2.5 months, going into such in-depth learning about the ancient secrets. Dr. Stephen, of course, we have to have you share, especially since you look like you're in such a cool place.
It's so funny. I just got on.
Amazing.
I'm having a day today. I take these adaptive bikers, these veterans downhill, and I lost one, and we found him. He went off into the woods and flipped over, but he's fine. So with energy, you got to do stuff.
Yes. Well, I'm glad that you are on the call. I'm glad you made it for that magic moment. I'm so glad that you introduced Mojda to the book. And I'm just so grateful for all the ways in which you just show up with love and make this community and just pour so much love into all of us.
Yeah, now Mojda is going to be my teacher.
Now she's going to be your teacher. I love that. And the student becomes the teacher. Fantastic. Good. You know, I really do love acknowledging the people that gave us the book. And so Sue, coming back to you, I know you talked about receiving the book, but I definitely love acknowledging, you know, where it comes from. And maybe you could just share who gave it to you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, my dear friend, Susan Engman, who many of you know because she's been on most and all of these calls, and mostly all of the calls. And she gave it to me, and we've shared our own growth journeys over time. And Sue said, hi there, Sue, I see you there. She said, you know, I've been learning about this, and, you know, I just want to tell you about this book, and I'm going to give it to you. And, you know, we know each other. So I said, well, if Sue's giving it to me, then I need to read this because I know her and I know how we've shared our growth journeys. And so out of love, she gave that to me to just with the gentlest of prods that, you know, I think there's something here that you might enjoy, but that's it. One sentence basically. And then gave me the book and then I read it and I could see why she gave it to me. And then the rest, you know the story. So
Yeah.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you so much for giving that to me and starting the process.
I love you.
Yeah,
Love you too.
I also want to say both Susan and Joseph are mentors for this Miracle Experiment experience as well. And I'm just so grateful for both of you, for all of you,
Thank
and how you're showing up. This Miracle Experiment experience promises to be one of the most powerful ever for a lot of reasons. The quality of people coming. So at the very beginning, we just offered where people could just join for free, and we would have literally over 1,000 people sign up. But usually when people sign up for free, they don't stick with it. And then I'm like, what is it? People aren't valued. There's something. So then when we started offering a suggested donation, people started sticking with it. And then we started adding more elements to it. And this particular Miracle Experiment experience, we're going to have some new elements that are going to deepen the experience for everyone in such a way that I'm really excited, truly, truly excited. And also to have it in all the languages simultaneously and to benefit from those experiences from everyone. So having said that, Carol, coming back to you, what am I missing from today?
I
know
think
we have-
I think all the main things. I do want to bring Andrea on so we can all show our appreciation and.
Oh yeah,
she
yeah.
did such a great
Definitely.
job, Andrea, for humanity.
Yeah, good. Let's bring her on just 1 minute before that, because we're talking about the book giveaway. Right before this call, we had a meeting, and I was trying to find out who can lead the Mission 1008 efforts. And in my heart, it just became so obvious who would be the best person for that. And his birthday was just recently, and many of you know and love him because of how much he showed up in love to support. But Savan, he's not on this call right now because he's actually out serving at a soup kitchen or homeless shelter. Or he has like 3 other service projects today. But one of the challenges that was with the Mission 1008 is the submission system wasn't accepting. So people would give away 10, 11, 12 more books. They'd try and submit it and it wasn't registering. So we created a new link in which you can submit, and I'll just put it in the chat. It's ancientsecretsfoundation.org/1008. That's where you can submit, and we want to make sure that everyone who did submit, both for who gave the book and who received it, you should receive this gift, which is actually you receive a free ticket for the Miracle Experiment experience, which is $97 value. So making sure that if you were part of that, that you get that email so you can contact Carol or Cornelia with the coupon code in order to receive that. So having said that, let's go to Andrea. Are you here, Andrea?
Yes, Dr. Clint, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. You know, it was a wonderful experience sharing this with my fellow teammates. And we hope you truly enjoyed the 2 days. We certainly had fun. And thank you again, Dr. Naram, Jivaka, Lineage, and you, mostly Dr. Clint, for writing this amazing book. It has transformed my life. I refer to it lovingly as the book because it's the only book that has impacted me and made me be able to take stock, go inward, find myself, and then move forward to share a better version of myself with everyone. So thank you again so much. And I just want to say quickly, it's because of practicing the principles of, you know, what I've learned in the earlier Miracle Experience experiment that I was able to get to India in really just a quick time. I had no plans of going to India. And, you know, I played that unstoppable tape. And if you follow the instructions, miracles happen. And when I found myself, a friend called me up and said, I'm paying for your, matter of fact, I didn't have a choice. She got the travel agent on the phone, and the travel agent called me and said, what is your name? What is your birth date? We're booking your flight. And so everything unfolded so quickly. And so I had to tell my family at the last minute, I'm going to disappear for a couple of weeks, but I'll be back. So I look forward to joining you all in the next experiment because it's unlimited.
Okay, now you've really convinced me. Sue, we definitely need to put that disclaimer after 3 stories in a row. And also we should put a disclaimer, joining the Miracle Experiment experience doesn't mean that you'll automatically go to India. So you don't have to worry if that's a concern that you have. Beautiful. Well, we just want to send, first of all, Andrea, we just want to send you so much love. Thank you for showing up, for being guided by love, for being led by love, not only to index the book and show up to India, but by leading the first ever annual Ancient Secrets Unstoppable Summit. Love you, and I'm with you, Andrea.
Love you all.
Yeah.
Dr. Clint, I'd also like to send a blast of love, healing, and light to all the people who are going through some really tough times this time. People that have family in the hospital, people who are going in for biopsies this week, people who are having surgery this week. There's a lot of us who have things going on, and those of us who just need to feel a little more loved and understood. So if we could do that for our community and those in our expanded community, I'd love it.
Yeah, let's do it. And in preparation for that, having Nehemiah on and talking about the energy in our hands. I've been on these calls where my girlfriend is sitting next to me and she is very sensitive to that energy. And as soon as we do this, she's like, whoa, what's happening? And she can feel it. I'm not so sensitive where I can feel it, but she can feel it. So I really believe it makes a difference, our intention and the love that we send in this way. So for anyone who's in a position where they're suffering right now, either you or a loved one are going through a struggle, a challenge, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, financial, relationship, whatever it is, we are sending you so much love in this moment. We love you and we're with you. Wow. It's so beautiful. Now I just want to do one more where you're going to put your hands together, and this time you're going to put it on your own chest. And say, I love me and I'm with me. I love me and I'm with me. It's so important to remember. It's really important for me to remember as well. There's been a lot of birthdays. Jane's birthday, Andrea. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. Lacedonia? Just tell me if I'm saying it right. Lacedonia.
Hi. Yes, you are.
Okay, happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and so everyone whose birth that we've been celebrating the last week, 2 weeks, and also it's upcoming month, let's put our hands together one more time. Send you such a blast of love. We're so grateful for your being on this planet and being part of our community. We love you and we're with you. Ah, so beautiful. I feel so filled today, filled with love, filled with light, filled with gratitude. Just want to open it up for, I know there's some people who maybe feel inspired to share something. So maybe just one or two people, if you feel inspired to share anything. Maybe this is your first time on the call. I think I saw a couple of people say, this is your first time on the call, or maybe just you feel inspired to share. You can unmute yourself if you have some inspiration, wisdom, clarity.
Happy birthday, Luke, on the 9th. Happy birthday, Betta.
Got a lot of birthdays coming up. Okay, let's see real quick. I wanted to go to who said this is their first time on the call. Man, so many beautiful messages from people. I just love it. So good.
I see Bridget has her hand up.
Oh, Bridget, please.
Hi, everybody. I have some great news. My second grandchild was born last Sunday, a healthy boy, 8 pounds, 9 ounces. So we're blessed with a healthy grandson. And nothing is so beautiful as holding a newborn baby in your arms. There's no feeling like the world in it. And then Thursday we celebrated 44 wonderful years of marriage. I've got a great guy and I'm very blessed. So 2 great things.
That's awesome.
I love celebrating that. That's so fun. Thank you for sharing that. So good.
Susan Givens was her first experience from Rockford, Illinois.
Oh yeah, Susan. I don't know if you feel.
Yes.
Great, welcome.
Yes, thank you. I have to give a shout out to Susan Ingman again, because she's the one that brought me into acquaintance with the book and with this and tomorrow's program. I'm signed up for that, so I'm really looking forward to it. And she's my bridge worker and my soulmate and my dear friend, as is Joe and Sue Wiedenfeld. We're all kind of a gathering from Seattle. I'm living in Rockford, Illinois now, so I'm hoping that I can share some of this energy with the people who live in Illinois in the future as I get more acquainted.
Wow, that is so awesome. Man, Susan Engman, what are you doing? You're just blessing all of us. That's so cool. Thank you so much.
That's
And I
not,
wanna-
it's not an overstatement.
Beautiful. Well, it's fun because you're just bringing in all the Susans. We got all the Susans. Pretty soon we're gonna have to rename it. Rename the community. Oh, it's so beautiful. And speaking about another Susan, we got Dr. Susan Padrad. I know I don't know if you can come on, but your microphone or your camera, but she just makes such a powerful suggestion. She says, Dr. Clint, you need to think about having a radio TV station to air positive energy and healing broadcast with such a talented community.
Hi.
Oh, there you are.
Well, I was amazed with that 2 days called. What a talented community. And I was thinking, oh, we should have this every day. This is such an idea to share all the experience and all the art and inspiration when we need it, instead going through all those poisonous TV and radio stations while we are in the car, we are at home, we are at work. And that would be amazing and such a great teamwork. Why not? We should do that.
It's so beautiful. And the cool thing is she's not just saying this as an idea, but she has had her own TV show broadcast for I don't know how long, but one of the first things she said to me is, Dr. Clint, when the book is published in Farsi, I want to start again my TV program so we can broadcast content about the ancient secrets throughout all of Iran. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, we should. Yeah, why not?
So beautiful. Thank you, Dr. Susan.
Thank you. Something to think about, just an idea.
Very powerful idea. Let's go to 2 more comments and then we'll finish this call, because I have the call for the mentors, everyone who's going to be a mentor for the upcoming Miracle Experiment. We have our call starting in 2 minutes, but I see 4 people with their hands raised. So now I'm, okay, let's go first of all to some people who haven't spoken in a while. Belle, we'll have you go first.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Clint. Well, on her suggestion, I'm reminded of Rabat's mother, who ended up in the clinic because of Dr. Naram's podcast. Now, didn't he have a cast out into the world, and she would listen to it in Bangladesh. And so when she heard he was in Mumbai, then she rushed across town because that's where Rabat was in the hospital. So I'm just putting these pieces together about, you in your own incredibly wonderful, loving, giving way, giving out to the world on a daily basis. You could record them ahead of time, and then so it didn't get in the way of your travel agenda. But it's like, OMG, I think her suggestion is really extraordinary, and it goes right back to the first chapter of Ancient Secrets.
Oh my goodness! Now you're making my heart beat, because it's like I don't push for anything. I don't pull for anything. I just listen.
Yeah.
Like when 3 people mentioned the audiobook, then I'm like, okay, it's time. And then I recorded the audiobook. When someone's ready for the language, like at the book launch of the book in here in Nepal, was the first time that someone volunteered to translate into Nepalese. So I always wait for I just trust the timing, but it's makes me a little bit, I don't know, like my heart's beating fast when so many people are talking about it. It's like, okay.
Well, and I have somebody on the call today whose daughter is a wisdom course leader in Los Angeles, and Dr. Stephen, and beautiful woman who just shared, who had been in India for 4 months, met on a wisdom call, sort of group call, out of that whole area. So I am so present to the synchronicities that this world of ancient secrets has unleashed. So that is really the blessings, the grace of this that you have brought out into the world 2 years ago is synchronicity, is how connected we are as all of it. So thank you again from my heart, and look forward to seeing you at the end of this month.
Thank you, Bella. I think you should do your own TV show.
You're so cute.
I want to be on your show.
I want to be on your show.
All right, good. So I'm just trying to feel into what is the best thing to do, because I promised the mentors we would start the call. How about mentors, if we can just spend 5 more minutes on this call, and then we'll give our 100%. Does that feel good to everyone? I just want to make sure that the 3 remaining people have a chance to share. So we'll Julia first. Beautiful Shakti woman first.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I just wanted to put a big shout out and let everyone here know that, you know, what is happening here, especially if you're new. This is unprecedented. There has never been anything in the entire world on this planet that has occurred like what is happening here, what Clint has been inspired to create with Dr. Naram. And there are so many resources, like take the time. I have loved being able to plug in not only to these calls and the experiments, the 100-day training course, the Miracle Experiment program, the 28-day detox, which changed my life and my body forever. And learning these principles of the ancient secrets and the connecting to Ayush Shakti. Be aware that there are so many ways that you can get more information. And I hope that this 2-day celebration that just occurred this week, that was a miracle in itself and a lot of work for many, many devoted, loving people, will be more accessible. I'm still looking for the links to the recordings because I need to go back and rewatch and get some of the breakouts. I hope that it will be accessible, not just for a short time, but for a long period of time for us to all be able to go watch it. If you haven't seen it, you need to see this 2-day celebration of incredible talent and gifts and love that was shared. Clint has just so you guys know, not everybody knows this. I just am very inquisitive, so I seek it out. And I encourage everyone to seek it out. There's a Facebook page. It's called the Global Healing Miracle Experiment. If you're not part of that, join the Facebook group. Get on YouTube. Go to the Ancient Secrets Foundation YouTube channel. There are so many wonderful videos posted there. Get on Clint's personal page. I mean, get the emails, go to all the links that you get sent in your email and connect with the Ayush Shakti Facebook page. Ayush Shakti is the clinic that we work through to get our supplements. And I just have a lot of enthusiasm, little time, but just wanted to put the shout out there and keep learning. One thing I want to give a little tip to something wonderful you can add to your mung bean soup, not just yams, but I experimented with cooking in my rice cooker, amaranth. Amaranth is an ancient grain that is phenomenal. You can mix it with quinoa, but if you cook amaranth, 1 part amaranth to 3 parts water, you cook it up, it's really sticky. You can add just a little glob of it to your mung bean soup, stir it around, and it adds this fabulous texture. It's really good for your stomach. It adds protein and it's delicious. So that's my tip for the day. Get engaged and connect to everything that has to do with this community. It is something that's, as we can see, is exploding, already translated in all these languages. Has there ever been another book that has done this on the planet? I don't think so. But anyway, I'm just grateful to be part of it. I love you, Clint, and so happy that we're all connected together.
Oh, so beautiful. Jaina, I definitely think we have to have Julia on the Welcome Angel team. We just got to have you there, Jaina and Andrew. Got to have Julia there. All right.
No doubt.
Yeah. All right, Luke, over to you. I guess this is our last share for now.
Thank you. Well, I want to mention, first of all, that I am so enjoying and loving spreading the Dharma of the ancient secrets. I'm getting multiple calls and texts from people who told me they've read the book, they're loving it, they're making mung bean soup and loving it. They're on the 2nd and 3rd pots already. And it just warms my heart so much that just like this was shared with me by Roma Rishi, and I've been here and loving this community, I'm able to share it with others, and some of them are coming on our calls here. And it's such a blessing to be able to do that. It really fills my heart with so much love. And I don't even have words to express the joy that I felt from this amazing 2-day event that we just had. It was an honor to share my art and to see all the amazing presentations that went on, and the love, the transmission of Shakti love coming through the screen for 2 days was off the charts, amazing. I'm still bathing in the glow of those 2 days. It was just amazing. And finally, I just want to mention, even 2 months ago, I told myself I was going to take myself on a birthday trip the end of this month to Ashland, Oregon, and to Mount Shasta. So how perfect it is. The timing works out. I can come and see you. And I already talked to Lawrence about this some time ago. So I'll be able to see you hopefully in both Ashland, Oregon, and Mount Shasta. I'm so would love to do that. So thank you so much.
That's so exciting. Remember, we'll have to have our next Ancient Secrets celebration there. You know who just came on the call? We were talking about you and loving you, Angelica. Wow. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
That was my attempt at Japanese. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. I guess I can speak Portuguese.
よろしくお願いします。はい。
Jinsei wa subarashi. We just, I'm just because you're here, I don't want to end the call now. I just want you to share, maybe Prafuta, you can help translate, but Angelica, can you share from your heart your experience in translating the book and anything that you want to share about why you're involved in this mission?
I am very happy because it's very important for me. I am grateful for translating the book Ancient Secrets of the Master Healer, because many Brazilians have the opportunity to change their life. And in this book, have technology for helping many people in the hard situation to have a hopes for healing. And I think this is very special book because now in the pandemic, it's very difficult for many peoples from Brazilians and for me, because I was very sick and all the time in the translator, my partners, Prafuta, helped me a lot. And now I want to feel better, and I want to help everyone around me. And this technology from Dr. Naram can teach about easy ways from healing and for making the better in the life and then make it happiness. And I think I am so blessing, and I want to say thank you for Dr. Clinton Rogers to make the dreams come true, and all the person who helped me to production this book, and for Dr. Giovanni for all the dedication, for Dr. Naram, the master healer,
Yeah.
and especially for Prafuta, this amazing woman, my friend. I am so happy. Thank you very much. Muito obrigada.
Muito obrigada. So beautiful. Let's put our hands together for Angelica, making it on like the icing on the cake of our amazing call. We love you and we're with you. Eu te amo. Eu te amo.
Oh, te amo. I thank you very much. Okay, eu te amo too.
Beautiful. Well, on that, I want to go back to Carol. Carol Ray, I just realized that we had a musical number at the end. We're not going to be able to do this
No,
time.
we're gonna have to skip it again. Also, Kamala Timang just joined from Nepal just a minute ago.
Oh, fantastic. Kamala, welcome to our community. So happy that you're here with us. She was at the book launch, and I'm so glad that you're here and joining us today as well. We want you to continue to come back every week and pour your love in. We love you and we're with you, Kamala. And speaking of which, Julia, she mentioned that there's a Facebook page, but there's also a WhatsApp group and a Signal group where there's a lot of interactions and wisdom and and things that happen. So we'll make sure you get access to that. But welcome, Kamala. So grateful that you're here. I know how to say I love you in Nepali now. Actually, I know how to say it as well. So let me say it to Kamala. Kamala, ma timalai maya gorchu. Ma timalai maya gorchu.
Thank you so much.
The orphan kids taught me how to say that, so that's where I learned that one. All right, well now I want to just, because we're really over time now, I just want everyone, you can unmute yourself, and let's see if I can ask everyone to unmute. Put your hands together to Kamala and to everyone. You can say, I love you and I'm with you.
I love you.
I love you.
Love
you and I'm with you. Love you.
and I am with you.
Love you,
Love you
CC. Love you,
and
Shia.
I am with
Hey, Chris. Love you, Renara. Love you, Deborah. Love you, Gail. Love you, Kristen. Love you, Jane. Love you, Vikram. Love you, Molly. Love you, Afsana.
Love you.
And I am with you.
Fernanda.
Love you and I'm
with Robin.
And I am with you.
Love you, beautiful.
I don't know if there's a more beautiful sound on the planet. Yeah. Beautiful. Carol, what can you unmute yourself? What time do we start tomorrow for the Miracle Experiment Experience? What time does it actually start?
Okay, the Monday session is at 11:30 Pacific time, and this is going to be in English. The following Monday, we're kicking off Spanish and Italian at that same time, 11:30 a.m., which I believe is 5:30 Roman time, maybe.
Wait, 11:30 a.m. Pacific?
Yes.
Okay, 11:30 a.m. Pacific for everyone who's joining the Miracle Experiment Experience and is part of the Monday group. So excited to see you tomorrow. For those who are mentors, we're going to just end this call completely and then we'll just join right back in. So Cornelia, if you can end the call. For everyone, Vinod, everyone who participated today, thank you so much. So grateful for you. Looking forward to see you for the start of the Miracle Experiment Experience. Namaste. Namaskar.